I have one extra example I wanted to add on finding the area of a regular polygon. So in many instances, you're going to be given the perimeter of the polygon, and you need to determine the side and the apothem. So first, I went ahead and I drew this triangle. If you remember from our previous lesson, we're often using this triangle where this vertical leg is the apothem, and then this is half of one side, and then this is half of the central angle. So let's start by finding the central angle, which is 360 degrees divided by 12, which is 30. The side length of my dodecagon, which is 12-sided, dodecagon is 12-sided polygon, will be the perimeter divided by the 12 sides, or 7 centimeters. So now I can set up this triangle here, and I know the angle that's right here is going to be 15 degrees. How did I get that? I took my central angle and divided it by 2, since it comes from the triangle that I'm cutting in half. Also, I know this base here will be 3.5 centimeters because I'm also cutting that side in half. 7 centimeters divided by 2 is 3.5. And this vertical leg is the apothem. Now I'll set up a trig ratio, and I'm using tangent because 3.5 is opposite, A is adjacent. So 3.5 opposite over adjacent, 3.5 over A, is tangent of 15. I can put a 1 underneath and cross multiply, and I get A tangent of 15 is 3.5. Then divide both sides by tangent of 15, and this is my value for my apothem. Now, one thing, I could go ahead and get a decimal value, but really, unless I'm asking you to give me an approximate value, it's better to hold off on this. So I'm going to go ahead and write the area formula, which is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So I substitute in that 3.5 times divided by tangent of 15, and I go ahead and I put in the perimeter of 84. You can put the whole thing in your calculator, and you'll get 548.6 centimeters squared. And there I've rounded it to the nearest tenth. So again, what we're doing is pretty much the same steps to find the apothem, and now we just have this extra step where we're using the area formula to combine the perimeter and the apothem. Now I want to convert this answer to square meters to the thousandth. So I have 548.6 centimeters squared. I'm going to set up a proportion, A prime over 548.6 centimeters squared, and then I set up the ratio of the new units over the old units. I'm trying to change to meters squared over centimeters. So I know 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Squaring both, and you have to square the number, not just the little meters and centimeters squared. The numbers get squared as well. Then if you cross multiply and divide, basically, or multiply both sides by this 548.6 centimeters squared, you're going to end up with basically, and there seems to be a small typo, 0.55 meters squared. Now, how do I know that? I'm dividing by 10,000. That's kind of like moving the decimal over 1, 2. Actually, let me do it on my original. Moving it over 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where my 0 is, which gives me 0.055 meters squared, or 55 thousandths of a meter squared.